all right? Because we don't really trust you. This job is not for you. I'm telling you that right now. And that's one of the things I said in the other video. All right. Hello. Welcome to Abrahamic Success once again. I'm trying to translate one of the videos that I did about for African immigrants, where I said the military, the U.S. military is not for you, and I gave some tips in the video. Yeah. But just to simply to let you all know, whatever I'm expressing in this video, it's simply my opinion. All right, it's my saying, and it does not represent any official statement by the U.S. Air Force or the military. All right, it's simply my opinion. I'm just trying to help some of my African brothers and sisters that are in the U.S. So with that being said, what I want you all to know about the military is the foundation of the U.S. military is based on you're gonna swear an oath, and this oath enables you to say you would defend the Constitution of the United States and you defend the country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. This is not just words, all right? So the first thing I said in the video, which I'm translating for y'all because I did the video in a different language, I did it in Creole. What I'm trying to let you know now, all right, the military is not for you if you don't have the love for the country. It's not for you. If you cannot swear an oath that you're going to defend the U.S. and its Constitution. All right, most of us African immigrants in the U.S. come from Africa, all right, due to a lot of poverty, a lot of things going on out there, where sometimes we don't have loyalty to some of those countries, all right, because we don't really trust, we did not at that time. I mean, I can speak for myself, the government of those countries. But just let you know, in this country, in order to join the military, in order to join the United States Air Force, you have to have love for the country, all right? The country is based on that foundation. Most of the citizens, they're expected to be patriotic, all right? You're expected to love the country, all right? So for y'all, my brothers and sisters, please know that. Or else you join, if you join for the wrong reason, maybe for money or any other thing, and you don't love the country, the job is not for you, all right? Secondly, if you are the type that have something against carrying weapons. I remember growing up in Africa, you know, I don't think I saw a weapon unless, you know, a cop or an army guy is working around outside their barracks, and most of the time they don't even carry weapons, or when there's a riot or you see an armed robber, all right? So people are not allowed to carry weapons, so most people are afraid of weapons. So, and some become conscientious objectors, all right? Conscientious objectors are people that have something against weapons, all right? If you're one of those, that you have something against weapons, you cannot carry weapons, you say it's against your policy, your religion, whatnot, you cannot join the U.S. military, all right? You cannot. This job is not for you, okay? I just want you to know those 2 points. And I'll talk to you about my third point. All right, going to my third point. The third point is based on the fact that this job, to get into it, to join it, it's free. To join the U.S. military, it's free. You don't have to pay nobody. You don't have to go to any 05, 06 corner to join the military. You just have to go to a recruiter in your area. That is one of the most crucial thing you have to understand. Most of us that grew up on the African continent, most of us that grew up in a place where I can speak for myself, in a country where there's a lot of nepotism, there's tribalism, there's discrimination, there's no equal opportunity treatment, we tend to focus on, I have to know somebody. I have to know one big man in order to get into one job. I have to know somebody. My father has to go meet somebody to get into one job. It's not like that to join the U.S. military. If you are the type that like discrimination, you hate equal opportunity treatment, if you're the type that like nepotism, this job is not for you. I'm telling you that right now. And that's one of the things I said in the other video, about this job. To join it, it's free. It's basically free. I remember when I was growing up, my brother wanted to join the country's army, all right? And our parents had to go to one of the military barracks to go talk to one 06 colonel. The 06 was like, oh, I have to talk to my boss, a general, There's nothing like that to join the U.S. military. It's free. You go to a recruiter, and if you don't know a recruiter, you're looking for something to do, and you don't know a recruiter in your area, you can WhatsApp my number. You can message me on my Instagram, Abrahamic Success. You can do the same thing on my YouTube page. Leave a comment. I'm going to tell you where to find a recruiter. It's free, all right? And the recruiter, they're willing to take you around, all right? Wherever you want to go for some of the appointments, all right? Without asking you for money. They take you in their official vehicle. To join the U.S. military, it's free, all right? Just to let you all know. All right. Before I go to my next point, which is about service in the Air Force, selflessness, I'd like to express once again that the opinion I'm expressing right here is simply my opinion. All right, it's not sanctioned by the U.S. Air Force, just to let you all know. This is simply my opinion to help some of my African brothers and sisters or immigrants in the U.S., right? So my other point is that for majority of us that did not grow up in the U.S., that we lived in some poor countries growing up, because of this scarcity, poverty, a lot of other things going on in the country, because of lack of resources available to everybody. Some of us tend to sometimes be selfish, right? We tend to do something for our own self. And sometimes some of us are, not everybody, some of us are family oriented, but majority we think of, ourselves. In order to be in the U.S. service, especially in the U.S. Air Force, which is what I'm doing, it's about followership and leadership, and selfless followership and leadership is what we're talking about. So if you're the type that you want to be a guy, which is what I said in the other video that I did in Creole, if you want to be boss around, everything's about for yourself, just like what we've seen, especially when we were growing up in the military in our country, just go around the streets, beating people, doing all kind of crazy stuff. The military is not like that here. The U.S. military is not for you, all right? It's a selfless service. You serve the country, you serve, even the community sometimes, This is a service of the nation, all right? So if you think you want to be part of this service, like I said, find a recruiter in your area. It is free, all right? Remember, this service or all this military service in the U.S., they are free to join, and you don't have to know anybody, all right? That's another one. One of those things that I also want to talk about is, if you are trying to change your life, you came to America, you don't know what to do, and you're trying to figure it out, you can also, hit me up. We can chat about some of the great things that you can do in here. In the service, there's a lot of other jobs that you don't even know about that are especially in the U.S. Air Force. You can pretty much be anything you want to be. You can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a mechanic, you can be whatnot. And some of the great things about this military is you go to top-notch technical school for this job. If you're trying to fly planes, the officers, you can only be an officer, a U.S. citizen to fly a plane. That job too is one of the most lovable, according to those who have spoken to, jobs in the U.S. Air Force. And you're going to love all of them because you're going to be well trained. And I'll tell you all this. One thing I said in the Creole video, it takes the best to train the best, all right? The U.S. Air Force is the greatest Air Force in the world, period, all right? And if you're part of the service, I mean, I always say this, only 1% of the U.S. citizens join the military or the U.S. Air Force. You can look that up, you know. You're going to be counted as one of those 1%, one of the greatest in the world. That's the kind of service you're joining. So, and to let you know, I'm not paid to do this. I'm just here to help my brothers and sisters, all right? So that you don't say, hey, nobody helps you. You came to this country. You don't know what to do. Nobody advise you. Hit me up. My WhatsApp number is going to be on the screen. And if it's not there, it's 316-293-9124. All right? So it's going to be on the screen. Just hit me up. You can hit me up with questions. Like we've already got some questions about how to join, how to do some things, what do we have to do to get some good jobs in the military, the HAZRAP process. You can check out the HAZRAP training on my YouTube page. Hit me up. And if you like this video, share with some of your African or immigrants partners, you know, so you have somebody to talk to even before you decide to join. And like I said, it is free, all right? It is a free service. It is a volunteer service. You don't have to pay anybody to join, all right? I hope, you know, you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, hit the bell button so that you can get, you know, some of our notifications and more video when we put something up. Thank you very much.